All right, so I'm just going to make a quick note about dividing by zero when we are solving equations. So when we see, I'm going to actually start with something on the right, and we're going to go back to the left. So let's say we were trying to solve sine of x equals cosine of x. A very natural thing to do, and what you probably should do, is start by dividing both sides by cosine of x. When you do that, you're going to get tangent of x equals 1, which, if you know your unit circle, will eventually get you that x equals pi over 4 plus pi k, where k is an integer. But we did something really dangerous here. When we divided by cosine of x, that cosine of x is sometimes 0. But cosine of x is sometimes 0. Specifically, when, and then this is just again using knowledge of the unit circle, x equals pi over 2 plus pi k. So we potentially divided by 0. Now, when does that matter and when does that not matter? Well, to give us an example of when this might matter and when this might not, let's go ahead and solve this equation on the left. Because the good news is the answer we got here is correct. But let me show you where this could go bad. If we took this equation, x times x minus 1 equals 2x, and we divided both sides by x to try to solve, let's say we did that, then we would get x minus 1 equals 2. We'd add 1 to both sides, life is good, and we'd get x equals 3 as our answer. But this is not the only answer. In fact, when x equals 0, we have that x times x minus 1 equals 2x. Well, let's just plug in 0 for x. What do we get? We get 0 times 0 minus 1 equals 2 times 0. That gives us 0 equals 0. So when x equals 0, we have another solution. So kind of the takeaway here is that when we divide, we should check that, I guess I'll just say that we don't lose any solutions. That we didn't lose any solutions. And you can do that by simply checking where the denominator equals 0, where the thing you divided equals 0, check that those places aren't solutions. So we should check, is pi over 2 plus pi k, are any of those solutions to our equation? The answer is no. And you can actually see this kind of easily. when cosine of x equals 0, sine of x equals plus or minus 1. So obviously those will never be the same when cosine of x equals 0. So we didn't lose any solutions. That's a bit of a picky point, but it is worth noting that when you divide, you should take that thing you're dividing, set it equal to 0, and make sure that that isn't any possible solutions to your equation. So just a quick note on that.